Yo, what's up? This your boy Dante coming to you with a quick episode of Keeping It a Buck. Trust me, it's going to be really quick. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes. I promise. My word. But as always, if you like the content, I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all of you that have subscribed thus far, look, this dude right here, appreciate you. I really do. And I just want to talk about something really, really quick and just say this. I stand with Cuba. And the reason why I think I am saying something about it because it needs to be said. It really needs to be said. When we think about Cuba, we see the atrocities that's going on over there, and it's so bad to where I didn't even know it was this bad. To where these people are being rationed out food and being told what they can do and who they can talk to and what they can say. And then we have our regime here in America, in the land of the free, for now. Um, they're they're basically ignoring the cries and the pleas of Cuba, the Cubans that's 330 miles away from America. Now think about that. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and to drive to Atlanta is about 300, give or take, miles. So they're that close, but yet and still they're under a communist regime that's basically oppressing them. And then we have people in this land that really have a lot of liberties and freedoms, the ones that we're not relinquishing because they're not taking power from us. Just newsflash. They're not taking power from anybody. We're relinquishing power. We're giving up our powers for the sake of this utopia that these people are promising us. In Cuba, they thought the same thing. Well, you know what? We'll just take all the money that we have and we'll just divide it equally amongst somebody. I'm gonna tell you something. You got thieves and you got corrupt people. I promise you, they may take all the money, but everybody ain't gonna get no piece of it. They may take all the money in the world, but everybody's not gonna get a piece of it. Look at our people in government. They're living deliciously, man. They're living good. But yet and still, we here in America, we're still trying to figure it out. And then we have the government that's in place trying to replace everything. They started out trying to replace God, then they try to replace fathers. This is why we have black parents and black kids that are growing up right now just crazy because they removed the black fathers out of the household because they say, you know what, government, we got your back. Ronald Reagan said something back in the day, and it is true. He said, be very careful and be very mindful when the government say, I'm here to help. Now, I'm not standing with Cuba because of the media talking points. I'm standing with Cuba because the media ain't talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And we need to make sure that we be their voice because when you have a communist country that shuts off the internet, where these people are not able to communicate, where we have liberties, and they trying to do that stuff here. This is what I'm saying. Like America, we need to wake up because we have the Biden regime basically saying Facebook and Twitter and all you guys basically police the people, basically trample over their First Amendment right. This is what they're saying. Then they have the Biden administration that's saying, hey, you know what? Basic report, snitch on people if you think they're extreme. One thing about being an extremist, that can be really subjective. It's not really objective because it's all about what you think. I mean, it's not objective. Now, the KKK is objectively they're extremists, and BLM is objectively extremists. And this is what was shown in my high school yearbook for the class of 2021. I just got to show y'all this real quick. Then I'm gonna show y'all a quick video, and then I'm gonna be out. I promise. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is a fear that I think America's afraid of, and I'm gonna show you that video, and it's gonna show you something. Look at this. This is in my old high school, Forest Hills High School in Wingate, North Carolina. This is the yearbook, and they want to put in Black Lives Matter, talking about fighting for justice and equality. This is the thing. One of my friends that posted the message was kind of baffled because there was a lot of people speaking out against that, saying, hey, that shouldn't be in the yearbook. And I agree with them. I'm not angry as they are, but I'm saying that should be in there because I think a lot of my people that look like me, I think a lot of us are so emotional that we cannot hear fact. We cannot hear fact because all we hear is feelings, feelings, feelings. And we hear the powers that be tell us to stay in our feelings. Again, as I always say, emotional people are dangerous people. When people are not in control of their emotions, they're liable to do anything. They're subject to say anything. And so when I seen this, I'm like, man, some people must don't know who Karl Marx was. They maybe don't understand what Marxism is. And then I even posted it on my Facebook wall, the definition of Marxism, and also show where we have the BLM, leaders, FYI or AKA whatever you want to call them. They said they were trained Marxists, and we know that Marxism is not about oppression and inequality as they claim to be. This is a power grab. This is what they use it for. And then she tried to use the argument, well, what happened up there at the Capitol? There's no white people got killed. That's a lie. Because guess what? There was a white woman that got killed, and she was killed by the police. So where's the outrage there? But because it doesn't have the emotional narrative to it, then people dismiss it. I don't care if it's white, black, green, yellow, purple. I don't care. If the police kill someone unjustly, then they should be held accountable. Period. Point blank. But again, I go back to Cuba. And when I look at Cuba, when I found out that they only get so much food per month and they got to make it last. But we can sit over here, eat whatever we want, whenever we want to eat it. And then we have the regime up there in Washington, D.C. talking about they mad because they don't have enough of the. And then they mad because they don't have, all the things that the stuff they be lying about, period. And then they talking about things like, well, they mad because the COVID numbers are going up. Man, when you think about freedom and COVID, I think most people are going to choose freedom. But if you notice in this country right here that we still have some freedoms in, they're slowly pushing back the mask mandates. They're slowly pushing it back because a few numbers have gone up of the plain variant, the Delta variant. They want to make a big thing out of it. I'm telling you, man, we need to wake up, and we need to do it quickly. We need to wake up, because if not, we're going to become Venezuela. We're going to become Cuba. And these countries were thriving at one time. It was thriving. And America is going to fall, not because of the simple fact of we don't have the power to make America continue to stand. Two reasons is: one, we took God out of place, and two, we put government in place. That's a problem. Government, I have no problem with government. It should be limited, though. I don't think government should be able to tell me when I can go buy food or what I can do and how much money I can make. I feel like this: if I work, I should be able to get the fruits of my labor, period. But I'm going to share this video with you because it's about Marxism, and Marxism is in Cuba. And then we have Marxism running around here with BLM and all this stuff. And I'm telling you, this video right here, man, I'm telling you, when I seen it, I broke down and cried, man, because I'm like, we're waking up. But we got to continue to use our voices. We got to continue to use as much as we can of these platforms and get the word out, because people are really being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6 tell us that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And because you have rejected knowledge, I reject you. We don't want to be rejected, because when we're rejected, we're turned to the government. We need to turn back to God. But I'm not here to preach. Let me go to this real quick. Let's see here. That video.
We've been talking a lot about the disintegration of the Black family and how the lack of family structure in the Black community has plagued us in a lot of our problems. Recently, I've been trying to, I don't really have an opinion on this yet. I've been trying to look into Black Lives Matter and discover what the movement's really about. I used to support it, but then recently I've been doing research. I'm learning that their movement is funded by George Soros.
$33 million injected.
Yeah. Yep. He's a white liberal who's not really our friend. And then also I looked on the Black Lives Matter website, and I saw that instead of saying history, it says her story. They literally changed the word. They mention gay people, they mention women, they mention non-binary. They say nothing about straight Black men and nothing about straight Black fathers in the household. So it's like, I'm trying to figure this out, because
I love him already.
It's like, this is the thing I've noticed here, even in Stanford. It's like people, could get mad at me for saying this, but my thought is like, straight being there's not a lot of straight Black males here. There's not a lot of straight African American males here. A lot of them, I'm cool with gay people. I'm cool. I'm not homophobic.
We all are. We all are cool with gay people.
I'm cool with gay people, but the thing is, I've been researching this, and there's thoughts about population control and like how with gay black men, you have less straight black fathers. You don't have role models. So then we look to rappers and NBA players. So it's like, I'm cool with gay black people.
You gotta say it one more time, man. We didn't hear you.
My best friend is a gay black dude, bro. Like, I'm not homophobic, but I'm just saying I've been researching Black Lives Matter, and I've been understanding the politics and how they're funded by white liberals. And recently, I've been feeling like they're white liberals in blackface. Because they're white liberals in blackface. When I say that, it's because the white liberals is all about feminism, LGBT. White liberals don't really care about black people.
That's
I
correct.
realize white liberals don't really care about me, bro.
That's correct.
I'm off the plantation, bro. I'm off the plantation, bro. I escaped the plantation, bro. I'm empowered. They don't want me to have power. They want to keep me dependent. But I'm realizing this. They put white liberal ideas, LGBT, women, non-binary, white feminism, all that Hillary Clinton stuff, put it in blackface. Because if we say it, it's going to be super cool. So then Black Lives Matter, it started by three lesbian women. It started by three lesbian women. It's not really supporting black families. My question is, what do you think that has to say about the movement that they don't mention anything about black fathers?
I'll tell you what it means. Right?
Nothing about black fathers.
First off, if I can just say, woo, another one off the plantation. They got a problem. And this is how it starts, right? So this is how it starts. So what he said in the beginning is really interesting, is he said, originally, I liked Black Lives Matter. Me too. Why would I be opposed to that? Black Lives Matter, right? Of course they matter. So you have to understand about the left. They are incredibly good when it comes to linguistics. They use euphemisms, right? Planned Parenthood. Of course I want parenthood to be planned. Oh, by the way, we're actually killing 800 black babies every single day. Eeks, you know? So this is what they do. They manipulate you by using a term that no person in their right mind would be against, right? Who would be against Planned Parenthood? Who would be against Black Lives Mattering? But the truth is, when you do a deep dive and you start to look at the finances, you're exactly right. Their idea is to keep black people, as you just mentioned, enslaved and dependent via their emotion and their anger, right? So what I would say to you first off is to encourage you to keep going and to keep doing a deep dive, because that's how it started for me. Right? It was one thing that didn't make sense. It was this constant narrative being shoved down my throat. But when I deep dived on these organizations and looked at who was funding them, it never really lined up to the things that would make the black community better. You mentioned that that you realize that they don't promote straight black men, right? They never talk about the things that matter, black fathers in their home. That's because they don't want black fathers in the home. Make no mistake. So congratulations to you. Keep digging, and can somebody at Turning Point USA get his stuff so we can hire him? All right.
Now, I just wanted to share that. I had to, man. I'm telling you, I'm about to get teary-eyed now just watching that, because it blesses me when I see young people and people in general think for themselves. And this is the thing. Like Candace was saying, they use euphemisms and they say, well, you know, they use Planned Parenthood, and like she was saying, but it's the same thing they're doing with this socialism and all this other stuff. They're trying to make it look real good and look like everybody's going to have equity and everybody's going to have the same place and everybody's going to come out, whatever. The only place I see everybody coming up is being destitute and being angry and hurting everybody. That's why I see everybody ending up. I don't think it's wrong for me to work and me to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Me being charitable should be something that's in my heart. That shouldn't be something somebody forced me to do. You know, and so when I look at Cuba, I really want to say, I stand with Cuba. I know I don't have the biggest platform to get their reach. And the thing is, what makes me mad about our media here in the United States is that they'll never talk to people in the hood. They always talk to people that's been bought and paid for, that's going to go up there and push their narrative. Go talk to people in the hood. If you find out in the hood that most people, we don't support this foolishness, and most of us stand with Cuba, and then a lot of us don't even know because the media not talking about that. The media want to only push this racism thing, but I'm telling you, These people over there in Cuba, they don't care about that. It's not a black or white thing here. Because if we don't wake up, we're going to become Cuba. People are going to say, I remember when America was. My thing is this, it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, some things are inevitable. They're going to happen, but it don't have to happen as quickly as it's happening. We're allowing it to happen. And we need to stand up. I'm not saying go out here and be violent or none of this stuff, but you have a government just like they did over in Cuba and Venezuela and all those other countries. They take your Second Amendment right because they know once they can get all the I guess the fences away from people, then they can come in and do what they want to do. That's why they keep trying to say all these big old, massacres are happening and it's gun violence, but real talk, these are not AR-15s that's killing people. It's handguns that's killing people, illegal handguns. I'm a legal gun owner, and I'm gonna tell you something very responsible because I know me being a legal gun owner is a privilege, and I don't want to mess up their privilege. So I do everything I can to make sure that I use my gun only when I'm going to the range or only if I have to defend myself. I'm not out here trying to shoot nobody because I get mad at you or because you disagree with me. I want to go and put a bullet in you. That's dumb and that's stupid. And any man that's doing that is very feminine, bro. So I'm just saying, when it comes to Cuba, we need to stand with them in solidarity. Like I said, when these people come to our land, they appreciate our land. My mom always told me this, and I'm telling you, it's just like, man, the more I think about it, and the older I get, I understand to be true. You never miss your well water until your well runs dry. And I'm telling you, man, the titty of the government is dry. This is why we see an inflation, because the teat and the titty of the government is dry. And it's time to wake up, and it's time to see what's going on and see it quickly. Man, I love you guys as always. As always, if you like the content, I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, this dude right here, I'm telling you, my heart is out for Cuba, and I'm praying for Cuba, and I'm praying that they get the strength, and I'm praying that we in America, we stand up because we're the beacon of light. We should be over there trying to help them. We don't need to be in a place where we are about to be, where they're trying to cut off communications like they had done over there. I'm telling you, I think there was a blackout today as far as the internet where a lot of businesses were impacted. I'm telling you, man, we need to wake up. We need to go back to God. We need to pray. We need to talk to God. And then we need to work because faith without works is dead. That's all I want to say. I know I went over like 7 minutes longer than I said I was. But I'm telling you this, man, because my heart, it bleeds for Cuba. It really does. When I see these people on TV and they really are under a regime and they want to be free. That's all they want is to be free. Some people will come over here and come for nothing just to be free. But yet we got the open border down there. These people, they're not running from freedom for freedom. Most of them not. They're running here to get money. And guess what? When they get their money, they send it back to their own country because they love their country. They just need to get out of there because they can't get the wealth that we have here that we foolishly waste. I'm just saying. So again, think about that. Think about where we are and think about what Cuba is and look at what's going on now. All these distractions that's going on. We have Jeff Bezos going into outer space and then coming back down and giving Van Jones $100 million, which will not see the black community, will not see anybody else. Probably go back to the Democrat Party to further their agenda. And I'm free to have my own opinion, right? I'm free to have my own opinion. Okay, just wanted to check. But I'm out. Y'all stay blessed. And again, continue to pray for Cuba. And guess what? I stand with Cuba 100%. Peace.